Hello children, welcome back to a new topic from civics, grade 9. That is, what is democracy? Why democracy? This is Sridevi from Tala Padmavati International School, Varangal. In your previous class, we heard about democracy as people representation. A simple factor of democracy in government is chosen by the people. Nothing but democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people, and this would be the very important point we have to notice in this lesson. Yes, let me tell you children, all countries are not democratic. The main definition of democracy would be a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Fine, with a good example, I would clear out this doubt that all countries are not democratic and how they are. So, the example is the army rulers of Myanmar are not elected by the people. Those who were the controllers of the army became the rulers of that particular country. People has no word to say their decision or so chance to speak about the democracy. Of course, this example may not give us the accurate information about democracy and non-democracy. I would clear out your doubt very well. If we say that every country is a democratic country in this world, it would be completely a wrong opinion, because every government in this contemporary world wants to be called as democracy, even if it is not so. So now let's distinguish a democratic government and one who pretend to be a democracy. Now let's know all this with the features of democracy. In a democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. Yes, this would be one of the feature of democracy. And let me tell you, this is very good example where you can understand very clearly. In Pakistan, the General Parvez Musharraf led a military coup in 1999. But he overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself as the chief executive of the country. Later, he declared himself as the president of Pakistan. And in 2002, he held a referendum, which means re-elections in the country, that has granted him around 5 years extension. Pakistani media, human rights organizations and democracy activists said that the referendum was based on malpractices and fraud. Of course, it is exactly true. And in August 2002, Musharraf issued a legal framework order that amended the Constitution of Pakistan. According to this order, the President can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. The work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by National Security Council, which is dominated by military officers. After passing this law, elections were held to the national and provincial assemblies. So, Pakistan has elections, elected representatives, have some powers, and the financial power was rested with the military officers and Musharraf himself. So I wish you understood very clearly. Though the elections are being conducted, Musharraf was being declared as the president of that particular country. So it is clear that there are many reasons why Pakistan under General Pervez Musharraf should not be called as democratic country. Therefore, this gives us the first feature in the democracy. The final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. Now, let's know about the second feature. A democracy must be based on free and fair elections where those currently in power have a fair chances of losing it. And for understanding this feature, let me give you another example now, where the free and fair elections are supposed to be rest to the individual citizen of the country, which would be the second feature of the democracy. And the example is, in China, elections are regularly held for every 5 years for electing the country's parliament, National People's Congress. It has the power to appoint the president of the country, that is National People's Congress, and it has nearly 3,000 member candidates from all over China. Before contesting elections, a candidate needs the approval of Chinese Communist Party only. Those who are the members of the Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties are allowed to contest elections held in 2002 and 2003. Due to this, people can vote only to one particular party. They don't have another option. And the government is always framed by the communist parties because of more number of candidates. As only one particular party is being supported by the whole China people, so there is no chance or option for the people to elect some other person in China. And let me tell you one more example related to this second feature. In Mexico, since its independence in 1930, Mexico holds elections after every 6 years. Until 2000, every elections was won by a party called PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Opposition parties did not contest elections in elections which was which was not managed by or cannot be competed with the party which was called as PRI to win the elections, because PRI party was known to use many dirty tricks to win the elections. All these who were employed in the government offices had to attend its party meetings. Teachers of government schools even forced their school parents to vote for the PRI. And even media also did not show any attention to focus on it, where they used to ignore the opposition parties most of the time. And the media used to criticize the opposition parties in the meetings. And sometimes the polling booths were even shifted in the last minute, which made it difficult for the people to cast their votes. The RPI participants used to spend large amount of money in the campaign for its candidates. Yes. Tell me now, children, should we consider the elections described can be as the examples of people electing their rulers? I think after understanding this example, we get a sense that we cannot. Yes. There are many problems still. In China, the elections do not offer the people any serious choice. They have to choose the ruling party and the candidates who ruled by it. Can we say this as a choice? Surely I may not agree, because it would be exactly no. There is no other choice for the people. Even in case of Mexican example of that country, people seems to were having choice, but still in practice they had no choice. There was no way the ruling party could be defeated even if the people were against it. So the power of it was in such a way that no chance was given to defeat that party. These are not fair elections. Therefore, a second feature of our democracy must be based on a free and a fair elections where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. So now let's go to the third feature. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. The principle of universal adult franchise has now come to be accepted by the whole country or whole contemporary world. Yet there are many instances of denying of equal rights to vote. Example would be, until 2015 in Saudi Arabia, women did not have right to vote. And after the disintegration of USSR in 1991, Estonia became independent, one of the country where many people from Russia came to Estonia and became the citizens of Estonia. In Estonia, during elections, only the Estonians, that is the local Estonians, were given the right to vote. But the migrated people from Russia were denied to right to vote, as they belongs to other country. They were not given the right to vote power. And the other example is that during the rule of Britishers, as you all know that Britishers have ruled our country for a long period of time. When they were the representatives or the rulers of our country, many people from Awadh, one of the place in India which was called as Awadh region, where in India the people of that Awadh were taken to the country called as Fiji as laborers. They got settled in Fiji certainly after a certain period of time, and after a long period of time they were being called as the citizens of Fiji from India. And Fiji became independent Fiji became independent certainly. Then later in Fiji, during elections, the Fijians have one vote which carries three values. How would be this acceptable? How can we give one single vote attempt to be as three values? One vote, one value is the rule or the declaration where every country follows. But here, the original citizens of Fiji country were given one vote with three values, and Indian Fijians also have right to vote as they were living in that area for a very long period of time. As they were being settled there, they were also given the right to vote by the particular government of that particular country. But their right to vote has only one value. See children, Even after a certain long time where they have come to that Fiji place and settled, where they were being sent as laborers to that country by the Britishers, even after a long period of time, they have become the citizens of that particular country, though they were not given the choice to use their vote with an individual respect of vote value. The local people or the main citizens of that country are given with single vote and 3 times value, whereas Indians with 1 vote and 1 value. So this was a very serious situation where we cannot accept such cases where the equality is being denied. At the same moment, the status is being denied. Though they belongs to that particular country, they were not given any value. So such situations are there in Fiji, where the people were being denied not to give their full power to vote. So therefore, this tells us that democracy is based on fundamental principles of political equality. So this gives us the third feature of democracy, that in a democracy, each adult citizen must have 1 vote and each vote must have 1 value. So in this way, most of the countries were given the choice of using their vote power, but in its process, the injustice, the inequality was continued and their vote power was not given completely to the fullest right. And even in the third feature also, we may not accept this would be one of the quality or the feature of democracy which cannot be acceptable. Why? Because according to the feature, it is said that 1 vote and 1 right. But here this would be the best example where the Indians were being treated as with 1 vote and 1 power, 1 single vote with 1 value, whereas the local people of Fiji were given with single vote with 3 values. So this cannot be acceptable, where democracy is based on fundamental principles of political equality. This would be the topic of part 1 from the lesson, children. Hope you understood. Thank you.